Hey guys, it's Hodgepodge here, and today we've got another Rebor product to review because I realise I haven't reviewed a Rebor product in quite a while, not since my first review, and we don't just have one, we've actually got two Rebor products to do. This is the Rebor Scout Series Wave 1, which consists of two figures, which is Hazelnut, the baby Triceratops, and Melon, the baby Stegosaurus. These were released in 2016, and the Rebor Scout series basically consists of baby or juvenile animals. And what's cool is that Rebor say that whatever baby figure they make, they will definitely have an adult counterpart, and that is true because they've got an adult Triceratops as well as an upcoming adult Stegosaurus, which I'm really excited to see. So yeah, let's get started with Hazelnut first. Now, this is Hazelnut, the baby Triceratops, and I'm not sure if I really need to introduce Triceratops to you all, but Triceratops was a ceratopsian dinosaur from the Hell Creek Formation of North America in the late Cretaceous period, and lived alongside Tyrannosaurus rex, but of course you all knew that already. And first of all, this figure is freaking adorable. Look at how cute this thing is. But it's not just cute, it is so well made and actually pretty accurate except for one thing, which I'll get into. And just look at the paint application. The colour scheme is fairly dull, but I think it's completely meant to be, considering the base it comes on is basically ash, and I'll get into that in a second. And it does have a bit of a shrink-wrapped look to it, because if you look top down it looks very thin in the midsection, but I think it's meant to, so I'm not going to dock them any points for that. And I really like this horn. I know it looks a bit odd, but I think it's intentionally naturally asymmetrical. There's hair on my camera. And I just really appreciate that. Look at the detail, like the wrinkles on the chin, all the skin folds. Got Rebor 2016 under there. The feet, I'll get into the feet in a second. The tail looks right to me. Got this mainly grey colour scheme that fades into this really light cream colour, almost like a yellowish kind of colour. And then the horns are in brown, the toe claws are black, the hooves I should say, the beak is brown as well, nostrils, bright black pupils that just look so adorable. And then we've got the tiny little epicitals, I believe they're called, on the frill. And we've got these I can't remember what you call these marks on the frill between where the bone connects to the rest of the skull. These are painted in this lighter colour as well. So yeah, the overall appearance of this figure is just fantastic. Now, the only gripe I have with this figure are the front feet. The front feet are a bit inaccurate because it's got the right number of toes, but the two outermost toes wouldn't have had claws on them, or hooves as I should say, and they wouldn't have touched the ground. They were pretty much vestigial. So that's the only gripe about this figure. The back feet are right though. They've got the three claws that touch the ground, the three toes that touch the ground, sorry, and then the dew claw. So yeah, other than that, this is just a brilliant figure. Like I said, the colour scheme, it's a bit like, it's not the most exciting colour scheme, but it's just been so well done. You can see little spots on this side as well. That's a really nice touch. And tinges like a more brown colour, almost like a hazel kind of colour. And these are in 1/35th scale, if I didn't mention that, so they scale up really well with a lot of your other figures. In fact, actually, I almost forgot to show off this amazing base that they come with. Well, this one comes with hazelnut. This tiny little stone here. You can kind of see four little pits here that are shaded a bit darker where the feet sit. Amazingly cast. It looks so genuine, and I can't help but commend Rebor for their bases because they do absolutely amazing bases. Sometimes I think the bases are better than the dinosaurs sometimes. Yeah, Hazelnut, brilliant figure. And now we're going to move on to Melon, the baby Stegosaurus, and once again, oh my god, it's freaking adorable. This is honestly one of my favourite figures in my entire collection. Just look at the colours. Look at how many colours they've managed to fit into this tiny, tiny figure. This is, when I think of Stegosaurus, this is the colours I think of. The green and then the red, orangey plates. And of course we've got the same black pupil that was cast on hazelnut. And oh, I just love the colours and the dark green stripes that fades from this light lime green to this darker green on the top, like a swamp green. Then the plates have been so well sculpted. They've got tiny creases and like not skin folds, but like they've got creases. That's all I can think to call them. And they've colored in this orange that's just perfect. And the tiny little thagomizers on the end of the tail. Maybe these could have been a bit further up. That might be the only gripe I have. The colours and the sculpt are fantastic. The beak's been done this almost like a white kind of colour, very dark grey, creamy colour. And the underside has been done that same way as well. And I think this is actually pretty much anatomically and scientifically flawless. So I know there's been a paper published on Stegosaurus where we used to think that its proportions were a bit different to all of the stegosaurs, but now we're thinking maybe that's not the case and it was more proportional to other stegosaurs, because we thought it had quite long back legs and proportionally shorter front legs, but that might not be true anymore. But either way, it doesn't matter to this figure because you can't really tell anyway. As for the feet, again the back feet are right, 3 toes, and the front feet I'm not sure, because they should have 5 toes, which it does. If you can barely see that tiny little nub in there as the 5th toe. But I think like ceratopsians, some of the toes don't have claws or hooves on them. I think on Stegosaurus it's the outer 3 on the front feet that don't touch and don't have claws on. But it's so hard to tell this sculpt, so Rebor, I'm going to let you off. It's scientifically accurate, adorable, and it's so well detailed and painted. Absolutely love this figure. And the base as well. Oops, the base is just, look at this little stick they've sculpted in the stones and the moss and the mud. It's just perfect. I absolutely love this figure. Everything about it. Just absolutely adore Melon and Hazelnut as well. I think Melon is probably the better of the two, but like I said, I absolutely adore both of these figures. They are just fantastic, and I have barely seen any reviews of these guys online, which is such a shame. Now let's give them a measure. So from tail to face, looking about 10 centimeters for Hazelnut, and height 5.5 centimeters, I think I'm seeing there. And that's on the base. And then Melon, it's a bit hard to see around my camera. Just under 11 centimeters, and then the height, you're a bit taller, aren't you? Pretty much exactly on 6 centimeters. So yeah, that's my review of the Rebor Scout Series Wave 1. If you'd like to pick these adorable figures up, go to everythingdinosaur.com. These are actually pretty cheap considering how fantastically detailed these figures are. Yeah, I can't recommend these figures enough. They are just wonderful, they're adorable, and they're accurate aside from Hazelnut's front feet. Yeah, just love them to death, and you should absolutely add them to your collection. Okay, thank you for watching guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.